This acorn squash soup, my friends, it is smooth, so easy to make, healthy, delicious. My friends, this acorn squash soup is decadent. I'm going to teach you a secret method to cooking butter beans and making them come out perfect every time. And 3 other bonus sides, broccoli florets, and a piece of salmon that is cooked to golden perfection. And yes, I believe, my friends, in the power of mushrooms. Let's get started. So as you can see here, the star of the show is acorn squash. But I'm going to show you how to make 4 sides with it. Starting with this broccoli here. I like to cut my broccoli into bite-sized pieces, kinda, and I like to leave some of the stem on because that's where a lot of the nutrients are. A lot of people miss that when they're cooking to heal. The stem is where all the nutrients from the earth is going up into the plant source or animal source that you're getting. And that's where all the nutrients are. But also all of those pesticides. So as you can see here, I have some water and I'm going to put in up to 3 tablespoons to a cupful of apple cider vinegar. You can really use white vinegar as well. I just place in all of my broccoli and let it sit for a while. In the meantime, we're going to take my knife here, my kitchen knife, and you guys, I am not going to lie. I don't care how sharp I try to make my blade. Maybe I'm using the wrong one. Next time we're going to try the thinner knife, but if you look at this, it's rather difficult. So safety first. Be careful where you're placing your hands near the knife, but you kind of want to finagle it. And look at that. Look at that beautiful color of the acorn squash. So seasonal. It just brings in the autumn and the fall and the winter, the spring and the summer. I'm telling you, this is 100% all year round. We're going to go ahead and take all of those seeds out and put in a bowl. Wash and dry our acorn squash. As you can see here, I have a foiled plate. I just go ahead and push my acorn squash on and some Kerrygold butter. Oh my goodness. This has got to be one of my favorites. It's garlic and herb. It's expensive, but my friends, it's worth it. If you just want to treat yourself, you can use regular butter, but I like this Kerrygold. Absolutely delicious. My last season lattes. To that, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. I go ahead and just kind of drizzle it in on both sides. So 1 side of the acorn squash and the other, just kind of pour it in. And then I'm just going to take my hands, of course, clean, and kind of rub it all over the acorn squash in the middle and a little bit on the outside too, which is going to prevent it from burning or cooking too quickly and drying out in the oven, because this is something that you're going to cook uncovered. As you can see here, I have just a little pinch of salt. Again, this is such a sweet vegetable. The salt is only going to bring out the sweetness. If you put too much in, it's just not even healthy anymore. The same amount of a small pinch of granulated garlic powder, not salt, my friends. I'm going to add another layer of seasoning and put in the same amount, just a little sprinkle of onion powder, not onion salt again. And if I can save time in a bottle. Go ahead and sprinkle on just enough so that you can literally see the thyme. I'm using dried thyme here. Very seasonal. Not everyone has the option of being able to afford those expensive fresh herbs. But this recipe will prove to you it tastes just as good. A little small sprinkle of cinnamon. I have Ceylon cinnamon here, guys. Not Saigon or that sugary cinnamon. You want to use Ceylon cinnamon. And again, about a half a tablespoon of dark grade A maple syrup. You don't want to use that table syrup for pancakes. Okay, you want to use the quality syrup for this recipe. And as you see here, I have some fresh garlic cloves. I'm just going to go ahead and put 3, 2 in the larger half and 1 in the smaller half. My friends, that's it. While we just let that sit for a moment, we're going to go ahead and finish cleaning off our broccoli. After we clean off our broccoli, I'm going to go ahead and put our acorn squash in the oven at 400 degrees, and we're going to set our timer for 15 minutes and then another 15 minutes after we check on it. After finishing washing that broccoli, drying it off, as you see, it looked so bright and beautiful. That's because it's clean. We're going to add in about a half a cup, 1.5 cups of water, 1 capful of olive oil, just a little sprinkle of salt. Oh, by the way, I've been using coarse kosher salt, and a little sprinkle of black pepper. If you want to use white pepper, feel free. It works just as good. A nice dash of a garlic powder. And again, we're going to follow up with a little bit of dash of onion powder as well. Can you see a theme here? We're just using the same ingredients. 2 small pinches of Italian seasoning. My friends, this is optional, but you guys know that Mama Phoenix likes it spicy. Some pepperoncini never hurt anyone. Next, we're going to go ahead and place in our broccoli florets. I like to cut them up. As you guys can see in the beginning, I cut them up, and this is why. This is more of a steam than a boil. I like to have my food cooked. I rarely eat it raw. I understand that raw diet is very popular, but not everyone's stomach can handle it. The next is our protein, butter beans. These are absolutely delectable if they're cooked right, my friends. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. 1/2 to 1 cup of water is all you need. A small sprinkle of salt. Put in a dash of pepper. And the last ingredient, we're tying it all together with a dash of cinnamon. Now this is a nice healthy dash that I put in there. My friends, you just don't know how good that's going to taste until you try it. So here I'm just going to go ahead and put it on a medium-high heat and let it boil down. As you can see, after I've let my butter beans boil down, it's been about 30 minutes, and these delectable, oh my gosh, my house smells so good. These delectable acorn halves are done. Naturally, you want to wait for it to cool down unless you don't have as much patience like I do. It's just smelling so good, I'm running out of patience. Go ahead and let it sit and cool down, and go ahead and gut all of that out. Get all of the filling out, but leave out that skin. As you see here, next up, mushrooms, my friend. I believe in the power of mushrooms. You just need a damp cloth to wipe them off. I have here, I don't know, maybe they're medium size, medium to large size, about 7 or 8 mushrooms. Go ahead and take your blade and begin to slice them. I kind of like cutting them in half and then cut them in the opposite direction. I like my mushrooms to be chunky, but you can make them thinner if you like. But some people don't like the flavor or the consistency of mushrooms. So if you have a problem with that, making them thinner would probably be best. Now, as you see, our bowl of acorn squash deserves a little garlic. It's so easy after you have roasted garlic cloves, my friends. This is nature's candy. It is just going to add to the sweetness of that yummy acorn squash. So you just squeeze it out of the shell, remove that hard piece, and break it into 2 halves and put it in. I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do with that in just one moment. What you need now is about a half a cup to a cup of water. And you're going to add in another half of whole milk or almond milk. To that, I'm going to add about 1/3 of a teaspoon of salt, a little dash of pepper, and here's the special ingredient. You're going to add about another 1/3 teaspoon of chicken bouillon or vegetable if you prefer to have it vegan. Give it a good stir, and it's ready to be put in our blender. Go ahead and pour in about half of the content of your milk and water mixture. And we're going to start to scoop in our acorn squash. It just kind of kerplunks in there. It's still a bit warm, but this blender, oh my goodness, you guys are going to see how wonderful this blender works. So good. The other half of our milk and water and seasoned mixture we're going to use after we blend this. We're going to put it on the stove and warm it up just a little more and add in the rest of that liquid to make it more soupy instead of a puree. But look at this. We're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. It's done. Literally 5 or 6 seconds, and it is so smooth. So I have here a small pot, a small to a medium pot, and it's going to be cooked on a low heat, so like a 5. And look at this, my friends. Toppy. This blender I got from Amazon. You guys have to check this blender out. I'm going to put the link in the description box for you because I really love this blender. It's amazing. As you see, I just went ahead and poured in the rest of our cream mixture with water and milk. We're going to give it a little taste to see if we need to adjust it with salt or pepper. So good. To a pan with about a half a tablespoon to a teaspoon and a half of olive oil. You don't need a lot, and I'm going to show you I'm going to prove this to you. We're going to cook this live here. This is kind of like real time. I'm not speeding it up or chopping this up, editing out too much, because I want you to see how easy this is to cook. Now, I have a Ninja cookware. So I don't know if it's your cookware or what people are doing to feel like it's necessary to put so much oil in their mushrooms. Mushrooms are like sponges. They soak everything up, including those wonderful healing rays of the sun. And you say vitamin D. Look at this. Just look at that. It is perfect. You don't need all of that oil. So you just want to go ahead and give it a stir about every 30 seconds or so. And as you can see, look at that. It's starting to shine just from the oil that I put in. To these mushrooms, we're going to season them. And again, mushrooms are like sponges. You don't need a lot, my friends. Put in a healthy sprinkle of coarse kosher salt and some dash of black pepper. Just make sure that you see the pepper on the mushrooms. That's all you need. And then garlic powder and some onion powder. Just let the steam rise, and so will the seasonings in the mushrooms. You see the steam coming out of there? It is seasoning the mushrooms. It is helping. So that's why you just want to let that sit just for a moment. Okay, patience is a virtue here. Next, I have here some dry parsley. You can put in as little or as much as that as you want in this recipe. Go ahead and give it a stir. Now, you know what I'm going to say next. When you stir your food, your energy is going in. Look at that. It's even more shiny after that steam got into the mushrooms. Look at that. They're so pretty. They're starting to cook down more like I wanted. Another 30 seconds has passed. And we're going to go ahead and place in some butter. I have here imperial butter. There's no animal product. It is vegetable, my friends. That's why it's imperial. And we're just going to go ahead and give that another stir and let it cook down for about a minute to a minute and a half. Will you just look at that? Absolutely delicious. This is what I mean. See that little bit of oil and butter that we use? You don't need a half a block of butter to clog your heart. You just don't need it. Well, I decided to make another protein. At first, I started off, 3 bonus sides, but we're making it 4 here with this delectable fresh salmon. All I have here is a sprinkle of salt, pepper, and parsley. We're going to let it cook 3 to 4 minutes on each side. You just wait and see how beautifully golden brown this is. But first, the first thing we're going to plate is that soup. This acorn squash soup, my friends. It is smooth, so easy to make, healthy, delicious. My friends, this acorn squash soup is decadent. Absolutely beautiful color, and the aroma is hitting my nose, and It's so tantalizing. I almost gonna burn the roof of my mouth because I'm ready to taste it. But we're just gonna let it cool down. I'm gonna try to have patience. But my whole house smells so good right now. But look at these butter beans. They're not dry. They're moist. The skin will just fall apart in your mouth. A lot of times people don't cook their butter beans long enough, and you got that tough shell. The way that I make these is perfect. You must try. I'm going to go ahead and put 3 to 4 broccoli florets in the back of those beans. Place on my salmon. Look at this. This is a meal on its own. It is a perfect protein packed. If you're trying to lose weight because of that menopause, ladies, this is the perfect meal for weight management and hormone balance. So we're just going to go ahead and place these mushrooms on the plate and move over my salmon here. Look at that. Look at this deliciousness. My friends, this meal will not disappoint. Look, this is in different lighting. I just put in a little sprinkle of dry parsley on the top of that. And look at this plate of absolute deliciousness. My friends, this is dinner time to heal. Easy, healthy, delicious, decadent. Here's to your health. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Of course, I want you to see this before I ended this. You gotta see it up close. Those mushrooms, absolutely tender, but still have that nice bite to it. They taste so good. And look at the flakiness and moisture in this salmon. My friends, a lot of times you leave the salmon on too long or cook it on too high of a heat because you just don't have the patience. No, you want to try it this way. I'm telling you, it is so delicious. I hope you try this and enjoy. Okay. Don't forget to subscribe to The Awakening of Phoenix, Living with Disability Healing. This channel was created to empower those who feel and become unwanted after trauma, heal through spirituality, and improve the quality of their life while living with disability. I want to thank you all for your support. Our trademark is now registered. It is not just your spirituality that can define your journey. It is your journey that can define your spirituality.